What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
So, we have an article on Moz.com from Jennifer Slegg. And this was a very lengthy article, and it was a fantastic article focusing on what just happened last week. I mean, it wasn't too alarming, but as hours passed, it was obvious that Google did change a huge amount of what we know as local search engine optimization. Let's back up for a second and just talk about that. Now, you may or may not know this, but Google serves up search results based on where you are coming from on the network that you're on. So if you're in Indianapolis or if you're in Atlanta, you're going to see different content it gives you because it knows where you are, okay? Google has decided for a very long period of time ago, it wants to give you a mashup of relevant information for your geography, okay? Well, in that local mashup, they also were offering what we call is the six-pack or the snack pack. And that is a number of, you've seen them before, and you all know what I'm talking about. Just go to your desktop and search for a local business, a local service. You're going to see these top listings above or between the organic listings below the paid ads, right?
Yep.
And they usually have ratings and reviews.
Stars and the map.
And phone numbers and
pictures.
Right.
Yep.
So that's what we're talking about here. That was a free service that Google was providing because it wanted to give its audience, you, the consumer, or the searcher, local business references and be able to show how their own customers, how the business's customers like their service, right? Yeah. So this was very, very useful, and there's a lot of traction, a lot of traffic that comes from those local listings, right? Well, by the end of the day, on August 6th, today, this month, the 3-packs have actually replaced the 7-packs. So they used to have 7 listings.
So now it's just 3.
Now it's just 3.
So it's the top 3?
It's the top 3. Now, this was an unusual move for Google since they commonly tested out local changes.
You're really excited about this.
I am. Does it sound like that?
Yeah.
I really am, actually, because you know what? This goes right back into what we've been talking about a very long time for reputation management, getting local reviews going on, and optimizing the heck out of local SEO.
Yeah, so the reason why you're excited is like, before, you used to be able to get in the top 7, you were okay, but now you got to get in 3.
You got to know what you're doing, and you got to take care of your citations, the things that point to you.
Right.
And I mean, you know, Doug, you know our company, you know that we focus on local as a major component.
You guys crush it.
We do. And this just, in a way, this is validating, Google's validating the need for this, and they're getting rid of a lot of listings that really didn't need to be there or didn't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
You know? So, anyway, by the morning there, less than 24 hours after the first changes, Mozcast, which is a Google a Moz blog environment, confirmed what everybody suspected, that the 7-packs were history, and the 3-packs were there. All right, so to go over some of the key points here, you know, this is a mobile-centric play. Okay, mobile had 3 listings for the longest time, just because the size of the screen.
Yeah.
Well, they're rolling that out, so they're having more of a consistency between the desktop search and the mobile search.
Got it.
You know, regardless of what you search for, in those top 3 spaces, they make up the screen, the most sizable real estate for a mobile user, right? Google's removal of all 7-packs brings the desktop same experience that the mobile user has been getting for a while. Now, isn't that a complete reversal? Is that mobile traffic has gotten so huge.
48% of all searches.
Of all searches.
All searches. Yeah.
Which now, what's happening now is that they're paying attention to their mobile experience and passing it to the desktop now.
Right.
You know?
Right.
What a role reversal here. Google has always been very focused on the user experience, right? Regardless of the product or platform, but you know, it's not surprising to see that local is yet another area where Google is changing the desktop to match the mobile.
Right.
All right. So, how much traffic is the question that was in the bottom of the 7-pack? Okay. I'd contend, as well as this article, that there probably wasn't that much at the bottom. And, you know, in the reality, it does have huge implications for any local businesses that were there, you know? If you may have not even realized, as a company owner, you may not even realize that you had some local 7-pack listings.
Right.
But that did offer a brand support for your organization. It also tucked in that phone number that had a quick call button on the local, right? So, I mean, for Google to make this change, it's very likely that those results were not clicked on nearly as much as the top 3. Okay? But it comes down to positioning in the real estate of the screen, is that you weren't probably even seeing those on the mobile. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. You weren't clicking on them because you weren't seeing them.
Yeah. Right? I was looking at Google like voice search growth too, and that's just think about people using like Siri and Android and Amazon and everything else to do searches. 6x growth, and I wonder if like some of this is impacted by that as well. That hey, you know what? Eventually they're just going to go with whatever the top recommendation is, and if you ask for more recommendations, they're going to give you more.
Yeah. Well,
it seems like they're narrowing. The algorithms are getting far, far, far more accurate, right?
Absolutely,
they're really good, and maybe they don't have to give you as much as they were before to create a great experience.
But it's still going to key off of the customer reviews,
sure.
And even though it's not showing,
no, you're right. It's a lot harder to get up there. But I'm just wondering. I don't think it stops at 3.
No,
right?
I think you're right, and I think with the additional changes that we're seeing in this particular rollout, the utility of Google, like we talked about in one of the news articles, is fastly approaching that.
Right.
Okay, so there's some other changes, and we'll go over a couple quick things and pick it up here in another segment. But some other changes that we saw were Google's removing specific addresses and only showing the street names in the 3-pack, which is interesting in its own right. If you do a quick search real quick, you'll note that the street address is there, but no street number.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And even initially clicking through the additional results, you still can't see the address number. Now, I think they're doing it for real estate value, but they're also saying that it's not really important. They got the map right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's also interesting, too, how the local optimization kind of best practices is to have everything matched completely. And if they're not displaying the number anymore, how much of a impact is the accuracy of your listings.
Right. That's an interesting concept right there. Another thing that they've changed actually is ratings. If you're like a restaurant related business, right, your ratings are going to become even more crucial. Google has added an option for searchers to select only businesses that are above a certain rating.
Yeah. So I just pulled up pizza on my phone, and they've got filters for any price, any rating, or any hours.
Now that's what I'm talking about, the utility of Google here. You can choose from 2 stars or higher.
Who's number 1?
Well, we're in Franklin, so Pizza King right over here, right across the street.
I've never been there.
Yeah, there's one in Greenwood, too.
Oh. Is that the one with the train?
Yeah, they have the train that brings you your drinks.
I've never been there.
Gentlemen.
Sorry.
Local SEO. All righty. A lot more changes, a lot more things here that are actually advantageous for you, the local business, and ignore them. Just listen to me. All right. Coming up, we're going to be talking to marketing. All right. From Moz.com, we continue on an article from Jennifer Slegg, and it was a very good article about this. Local SEO, if you don't know, is the adjustment, the modifications that you can do for your website to get into the local listings, the local mashup of search engine results on Google, Bing, and Yahoo, but primarily Google. And we were talking about the changes that have just happened August 6th that we needed to report to you. We are regularly reporting these changes that happen on Google because you need to know what's the changing landscape, because it does change an awful lot. So there was another factor, and be sure, if you haven't heard the show, you're just turning in, you can listen to all of this on our podcast. You can download it from iTunes. You can also get it at edgeofthewebradio.com. Our Tuesday podcasts come out right after the show. On Stitcher, on Podbean, everywhere you can download a podcast, you're going to find
and there are over 400 videos now.
Oh my gosh!
YouTube.
Wow,
400 videos.
We need more animated GIFs, though.
I need to do that.
Yeah,
Aaron hasn't danced in a while, though.
So. I'm dancing about this.
He did something last week that was pretty funny. So today it was the I like when I'm about to go over the line and I see the panic look on Aaron's face, and the last thing he does is he puts his hands out like it's going to stop me, like he has power in his hands that is going to stop me from going over the line.
I think I'm just kind of
He's
bracing
in the
for the
force.
impact. Yeah. Hold on, here we go.
We're going.
The diminishing role of Google Plus. All right, if you know what Google Plus is, you know that it's no longer the social media focus that Google was trying to have. It was trying to be the Facebook killer that kind of miserably failed. Anyway,
Well,
there's a Google Plus local for business.
there was a pretty interesting article on that though, where someone within the Google Plus realm kind of said that Google within top leadership lost one of the guys that really loved Google Plus.
Oh.
And they thought that was kind of the nail in the coffin. Like after he went, they stopped.
Got it.
They stopped pushing.
Nobody had the passion there.
And the thing is it's like any social media. It takes time and momentum and and tweaking and everything else. So I think they gave up. Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessarily that they lost; it's they gave up, right?
Yeah, absolutely, they did. They've devalued, or at least topically, they devalued the Google Plus listing. But people are still seeing links to the Google Plus profile page, even when businesses come through regular organic search. Okay. Even if they've been removed from the local 3-pack. And this is what we're talking about. There's a very significant change for Google. While we knew that the photos of products have been moving around, some thought business photos would migrate to the new Google Photos product rather than the Maps section. Okay? Well, Google Plus is still a value, and you need to make sure you groom that, especially now when you have to have more reviews in this space to be able to get into this 3-pack. You're still getting reviews. Now, unfortunately, with this new change, it's very, very difficult. I shouldn't say very, very. It's very difficult for someone to leave a review for a business that currently does not have any reviews listed. In fact, it's almost next to impossible.
Yeah.
Right now, if someone wants to leave you a review, they can just find a local listing and click the reviews link and then choose to leave their own. But for a business that has no reviews, they can't actually get to the page that actually has the option to leave a review. Which...
That's not good.
No, it's not. And I'm sure it's going to come back.
Yeah.
It'd have to.
I think it's just an oversight.
Very much so. With ratings and reviews playing a sizable role in local SEO, I think Google's oversight in this area is pretty surprising. Any new business and those businesses who do not have current Google reviews will be at a severe disadvantage if it's not fixed in the near future. Coupled with this is the fact that we see ratings being given an even greater emphasis in the local results with the rating selector. Yeah, it's definitely puts new businesses and those without any reviews at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and we've got a code that we can post on the Edge that will give you a direct link to where you can review. So if you have your Google Plus page and then you just add this little piece of code to the end of the URL, it'll pop up when somebody were to click on it. So you can create a button on your website to leave for a review. It'll pop up straight to the review section.
Very cool. Well, we'll put that on there. They also have another. They have actually launched another piece to this entire the change inside of the Google listings or the local listing. They have a new sponsored marketing model. The implications on like home service ads. Google is testing new home service ads, which look very similar to local packs, but are sponsored results, and is currently testing only in San Francisco and on 2 professions for those looking for plumbers or locksmiths.
Yeah, the thumbnails are back.
The thumbnails are back, and if you click on a little bit deeper, you see the send request to 1 to 3 plumbers, and now, you now have a new utility on Google for interacting. You're gonna see them move into the
home
lead
services
generation space. Google's going to be starting to cultivate leads for you before anybody even gets to the website, guys. That's a very important thing, and then
I told a certain company that did that that they should work to be the destination site rather than work on SEO. Like, they should be the search engine. So if you're a home services company out there recommending people, there you go. Google's going to steal your lunch. And
there it is.
You helped them.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up, but I didn't want to.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
You did.
Let him. No axe to grind there. Anyway, many SEOs are worried that this program will expand to other cities and professions, making the local pack turn into a pay-to-play situation. There's a number of fears there. I mean, this local pack could look very similar to ads. It does look very similar to ads. And it could be Google's intention to simply replace the local pack with its own ad space. I mean, the lead generation side of this, there could be a very big scenario happen where they start putting additional factors of communication at the Google level, tying into however you want to be communicated to, and now you have a whole other play of business opportunity from Google. So what about those penalized by Panda or Penguin? Real quick, the sites that will be hit particularly hard with this new change are those that were previously penalized by Google with either the Panda or the Penguin algorithm changes.
Previously penalized.
Sorry about the mic. I think I just spit all over it. Right now the penalized local sites still show up in the local pack, but I do think it's going to be dropping here soon. The new user experience, everyone has the option now that all the 7-packs have been removed. Some think that it's going to be great for user experience, but I really do think you're going to have a bark back, actually, from local businesses. I don't know if they're going to be paying attention to it. I think this is just where Google went.
I didn't even notice it until I read the article.
Yeah?
Yeah, because, like we said, we search on our phones, and
right.
they integrated the mobile into the desktop search, and I just didn't even realize that had happened.
Now, a couple quick points here. Make sure that you optimize your 3-pack, and you can always contact Site Strategics to help you along those ways. Make sure you focus on links. Make sure you get citations going to your site. Make sure you have plenty of marketing priorities for local optimization. More and more, this is a key factor. It's a free factor, but it's a key factor of your local success online. So, thank you so much for everybody's participation here. Check us out online at edgeofthewebradio.com to hear this and